Hi everybody! Roar! Create Creature and Tricks back with another video, and today we are doing the full review of My Hero Academia Season 3. And wow. After this, the first half of the season, it takes place during their training camp, and they learn that they have to overwork their quirks just like how people would overwork their muscles in order for them to get stronger. Yeah. If a muscle fiber tears, it'll reattach and get stronger. Yeah. And to help them do this, we got a whole team of pros. The Wild Pussycats. Mandalay, Pixie Bob, Ragdoll, and Tiger. Yeah. And they're a team of pros that dress up as cat gals. 3 of them are girls and 1 of them's a man. It may be weird, but he can fight. Tiger can fight, even if he dresses like a woman. Yeah, but he is Plus Ultra. And also Class 1B is joining them too. Yeah. And we also see a little kid named Kota who has a deep hatred of superheroes and the superhuman society all together. Well, he gets a little... There's a valid reason. It's because he has a little thing. His parents were superheroes. Aquakinetic heroes called Water Hose. They died saving people from a villain. It's the most noble end a hero could have. Dying while fighting a villain. But he would never understand that. And the only one who can help him understand why heroes are so selfless is Izuku. And the kids also run into the Vanguard Action Squad of the League of Villains. Yeah, and the reason why they came is because they're after Kacchan. Yeah. And during this time, Izuku fights a very, very big brawler villain named Muscular. And he goes really Plus Ultra fighting this guy. I mean, this guy's quirk, muscle augmentation, it increases his speed and strength so much that his skin can't contain his muscle fibers. Ugh. It's creepy, but it coats onto his whole body like armor. Yeah. And he's also the one who killed Kota's parents. Yeah. But during that fight, Izuku shows Kota what it really means to be a hero and how he became Kota's hero. Yeah. And it wasn't enough. Well, those villains managed to capture Kacchan and take him to Shigaraki. And the reason why they wanted Kacchan so much is because they wanted him to join them, become a villain. They're stupid. Yeah. They think they could turn him, but they're dead wrong. Kacchan may be reckless and hot-headed, stubborn, and angry a lot of the time, but one thing will never change. He will never be a villain. He does want to win, but he wants to win against evil. He wants to fight evil. He'll never be a villain. He always wants to be like All Might. He wants to win just like All Might. He will never betray them. He will never betray UA. He'll never betray All Might. He really does have the heart of a hero. He's just got it half right. And we also see All for One again. And during that time, All Might comes to fight All for One again. Their battle was incredible. I can't even tell you how cool it was. And during the fight, All for One tells All Might that Tomura Shigaraki is All Might's former predecessor, Sir's grandson, Nana Shimura. Oh man, that's gotta be like a hit to the heart. Knowing that he was fighting his master's grandson, it's the worst. Yeah, man, and it was heartbreaking, but the people wouldn't give up on All Might. Even during the fight, they saw his disheveled form. But it didn't matter. All Might defeated All for One in the end. Again. But he used up any last remnants of his power of One for All. He can no longer be a hero anymore. Yeah. But hope is not done. On the TV, in front of all of Japan, he points to the camera and says, "Now it's your turn." To the rest of the world, it was a threat to all future villains. But to Izuku, he knew it was a message that All Might was telling him that it's his turn to be the next symbol of peace. Yeah. And All for One made sure that Shigaraki will be his successor, being the future symbol of evil. This will be a fight between the two successors. The successor to All for One and the successor to All Might. Good and evil. And we also see that during the second half of Season 3, our young UA students are getting ready for the hero licensing exam. But, yeah. During that time, they have to come up with something new. Yeah, like an ultimate move. Yeah, and they come up with a lot of different stuff and creating like new augmentations to their costumes. Deku especially created a new thing. His new costume, well, he made some changes like arm braces. Like an extra layer of like armor fabric for his arms. Yeah, but if he goes like over a limit anymore, like that, like 2 or 3 more times, he won't be able to use his arms anymore. So that's why he made those arm braces, those arm bracer sleeves for his costume. And thanks to Ida, he came up with a new way to fight. He didn't realize he was still copying All Might. Yeah. So now He came up with a new way to fight. He's using kicks with armored boots that act like cleats or armor. Like, and he calls this style full cowling shoot style. He didn't realize he was still copying All Might by just fighting with his arms. So he found a new way to make All for One, well, One for All his own. Yeah. And during the licensing exam, we see a whole bunch of other different schools. Ketsubutsu Academy and Shiketsu High. A lot of different young heroes. And their quirks were like, whew, wow. And we meet this Inasa Yowarishi, who has a quirk called Whirlwind, which is kind of like an aerokinetic power, which allows it to control wind. And he kind of has a little bit of a history with Shoto. Yeah. A little bit of that. And not a good history. And we also see Kacchan being more of a badass than usual. And in the end, they were able, well, only 18 of our 20 students were able to pass. And the two that didn't pass were Kacchan and Shoto. Kacchan, it was because of his attitude and stuff. Yeah. He did good with the fighting, but not so much with talking with the civilians. In the rescue parts, he needs a little bit of work with the rescue part. And Shoto, the reason he failed is because of the it's because of he had a little spat with Yowarishi. But they managed to do a little reconciliation in the end. They will. And well, Shoto and Kacchan will be able to take a 3-month course to obtain their licenses in the future. Awesome. Yeah. And it turns out that one of the League of Villains, Himiko Toga, managed to infiltrate the licensing exam and snag a little drop of Izuku's blood. And she is cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Yeah, like, she is one crazy ass bitch. Oh, man. Yeah. And during and after the licensing exam, Kacchan talks to Deku because he knows his secret. He's smart. He has very good detective skills, watching everything. Listening and watching, he realizes that Izuku got his quirk from All Might. Yeah. And so during this, they fight. They have a little fight, but Kacchan, this is his way of wanting to talk. And during their fight, he thinks it's his fault that All Might lost his power. He's been blaming himself. He thinks he was the cause to making his his favorite hero lose his power and not being able to be a hero anymore. Man, that's sad. Yeah. But now he knows about, and All Might talks and tells him about everything. About the history of One for All and All for One. Everything. Yeah. So now he's in their little triangle of trust. Yeah, he can keep a secret and stuff. And now he and Izuku are proper rivals now. They'll get into that. They're like Goku and Vegeta a little bit. And during this time, in the second half, Ochako realizes she is in love. She might be in love with Izuku. Dios mío. Yep. Our little anti-gravity girl is floating on cloud 9. Oh. And we also meet the 3 top students of UA. The big 3. Mirio Togeda, Tamaki Amajiki, and Nejire Hado. Togeda, his face makes him look like Tintin. Oh, you're serious. Yeah, he does have a little bit of a Tintin face. But then there's also Tamaki Amachiki, and same year as Togeda, and despite his talent of being a awesome with a quirk and everything, he's got major social anxiety and low self-esteem. And Nejire, she is fun. She's a little bit of a, and stuff, a blabbermouth or an airhead, minor points. But Mirio, he's like the number 1 student in UA. Yeah. And he's got an incredible sense of humor. Yeah. And his quirk is called permeation, which allows him to phase his body through anything solid, even the ground. But that includes the air and light and even his clothes. Ugh. Yeah. But he's got the corniest sense of humor and everything. And when he activates it, air can't can't go into his lungs. So, and he can't see. He made his quirk strong. It wasn't strong to begin with. He had to make it strong. He tells the rest of the students about how work studies go. Because now the heroes, our young heroes, they're not being interns this time. They're actually going to be going out in the field with the actual heroes. And, well, Izuku's not going to be able to go with Gran Torino, so, well, Gran Torino tells him, Izuku, that he can go and do a work study with All Might's former sidekick, Sir Night-Eye. I didn't even know All Might had a sidekick. Yeah, he calls himself All Might's #1 fan. Well, this whole thing is going to be good in the end. Yeah. And it sets us up for Season 4 later on. So, that's going to be it for our review of Season 3 of My Hero Academia. So don't forget to like our videos, comment what you think, share with your friends, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe right away. And don't forget to help us reach 700 subscribers, okay, everybody? Bye, everybody. Roar!